So Duolingo made an anime? Well, I guess I should go over my thoughts about this. We don't use Duolingo in this household. The most this site has ever been relevant was 4 years ago when I made this shitty fan art of these two Duolingo girls, and someone just ripped into said art the next day. Both are very bad, infantile, and with a poor mixture of curves and sharp edges. Coloring also suggests a mental imbalance. You are an amateur, and it shows. I suspect a job in retail will be your career peak. Oh well, that's what happens to a generation never told no. Like, at one hand, I agree, the art is dookie, but dude, the fuck? Outside of that, all I see with Duolingo is
that fucking bird that I hate.
For they are both annoying in terms of being a company who's in on a meme, and evil by laying off people, inflating the AI bubble ever more. And that's why this anime exists. If the company had any goodwill left, they wouldn't have made this. But because they pissed off every sane person, they try to wash their hands of this sin by making this. So if I know that this is the equivalent of cheese for a mousetrap, why am I taking the bait? I need that money! I say as this probably won't even break 100,000 views based on my last video, but you know what? I am doing it for the love of the game. Because even removing the context of the grave Duolingo is trying to claw their way out of, could you ever guess that this would be a thing? Even Duolingo knew that we weren't prepared for this sin personified, that they just did the hard part and ripped off the band-aid by dropping the announcement less than a week before the show premiered. And yeah, again, how are we supposed to react to this? This is all me. But hey, memes can be enjoyable. Like Baby Shark in the Angry Birds 2 movie. Yeah, I like it!
Hell, I love it!
And so, I watched all 5 episodes. It wasn't that hard, honestly. These things put together are just as long as an old Alan Becker short. And low-key, that's better. The best compliment I can give is that this is like disposable junk food. It's not that good for you, but it's a nice treat. And that the company responsible exploits the working class. Okay, I'm done with the AI jokes. Oh, the theme song sort of pops off? I don't know, I think it's strangely catchy, but oh, maybe it's garbage, I don't know. The plot is Squid Games, but for kids. Duolingo is evil. Every character gets eliminated per episode, like, if we go just by plot, it's like a variation of every escape room movie, Saw, the other ones. But I think the thing that I'm disappointed with the most is that there is a nugget of a good idea here. Surprisingly, a web series about language that's dubbed completely in Japanese? That doesn't sound half bad, actually. And making this show about Duolingo embracing their villain arc and making Squid Games for kids, where instead of dying you just get crystallized a la Super Mario Galaxy? That sounds like a fun way to make language fun. It's teaching kids without realizing that they're being taught. It's the medicine inside the dog's hot dog. There's even some fun ideas, like a tile game where you have to hop to the same word but in different languages. There is some creative stuff here, I'm not gonna lie. Too bad this show shoots itself in the foot and doesn't really do these ideas justice. The pacing is so fast that nothing is really explained. For example, one of the games is finding different objects in a room based on translating a foreign language, and one of them is coin in French, which means corner in English. What the fuck is a corner? This show is much more focused on being weird and meme-filled? This is so outdated, I legit forgot what this is referencing. I don't know what this means. And that's obvious because I just said all the challenges. Yeah, there's only 2 challenges in this show. That's 40% of it. That's failing.
Failed.
I will say the art and animation overall is decent. Because these episodes were so short, I think it gave whoever worked on this the time to make sure it was of decent quality and not like a modern Disney show. Wait a minute, who actually animated that? Oh, it's Titmouse, the biggest studio to ever make stuff. Yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. Especially like how much personality they cram into these minute-long escapades. Each drawing allows for strong expressions and poses that help make me feel endeared by the characters, even if I knew as much as I did at the end as I did in the beginning. Did you know that Zari has arachnophobia and... why the hell did I give myself that word? The fear of parrots? Did you know that this guy is gay?
We gotta get ready for the game!
And that they killed him off after episode 2? Small actions like Zari's concern and her getting giddy at some points does a lot of the heavy lifting and getting their traits across. And I'll give Duolingo this. They actually credit all the animators instead of just lumping them all into one studio name. If there's one thing that irks me the most, is failed potential. And yeah, I feel like if Duolingo had made these things just a minute longer, they could have fleshed out this educational idea more. Mash episodes 1 and 2 together so we can get to the games faster and not kill the gay guy before he could even participate in the games. Yeah, he doesn't even get to play a game. I genuinely believe that the 2-minute episodes will wholly fix the pacing issue. But of course, that would have been going in a different direction than what the show is actually about. It's this weird little thing that's in on the fact that everyone thinks Duolingo is actually evil. How it feels to be a Monkey Wrench fan struggling to get their newest episode past 500k views while all of these are clocking in at 1 million within 2 weeks. I mean, it is shorter, so that's probably a contributor, but that's still a little sad. But if you want, go ahead and give it a whirl. The animation is super pretty, and I'm not gonna say no to Titmouse animation. I'm not knocking this amount of effort on the staff, who honestly tried way too hard for this concept. I'm just knocking this clear attempt to remain hip and relevant, despite being a scummy company. If they make another season, I guess I'll talk about it, but low-key, I think it'd be funnier if they just left it on that cliffhanger. They're just forever forced to do this again and again like the digital circus, but I guess we'll see. Also, I'm gonna gamble, this video is gonna be longer than all the episodes put together without the credits. We don't count credits in this household. Okay, so last minute thing, hot off the presses, I might have found better Duolingo, and it's called... So this is a surreal exploration game based on the web series Ina that my sister was playing, and one of the many quirks of the game is that a decent chunk of the cast speaks in foreign languages. Not just one, mind you. You'll have one guy speaking Japanese and another in French, Italian. I didn't even realize that that was the case until my sister, who was playing and is knowledgeable of these languages, pointed that out, and it sort of blew my mind. And apparently it's accurate. It's a minor thing in the grand scheme of things, but it's super cool that it's an option if you want to pay attention and ask people what they're actually saying. I suggest going through the Reddit or checking out the comments in this video to get an in-depth look of people who speak these languages. And overall, the game is just weirder, more surreal, and a lot more unique. And it's literally free for now, so you got no excuse. Yeah, Duolingo is now completely worthless. Because imagine how cool it would be if each character spoke a different language, and if Duolingo actually spoke a language and not well, yeah, one of the main characters in a language app anime doesn't even speak a real language. So I guess summary is, Ina's my newest session now, f*** Duolingo!